There we go. Hi guys! I was trying to reconnect for a second, so apparently that didn't work. So I wanted to kind of jump in here and talk to you guys, and live as always seems best. So hopefully some people jump on. If not, you guys can watch the replay on this. But has anybody ever seen the movie Meet the Robinsons? I have. I've seen this movie quite a bit. I really, really love Meet the Robinsons. My kids, I think I love it more than my kids do. And every time I put it on, they're like, oh, this is a great movie. And then I'll put it on again. They're like, oh, Mom, do we really have to watch this again? And then I'll put it on again. They're like, Mom, really, do we have to watch this again? I really like that movie. But there's a portion in the movie, if you haven't seen it, where, okay, long story short, the little boy is adopted, he's orphaned, he wants to get adopted, and he ends up going into the future family he ends up meeting actually turns out to be his family when he's an adult. It's kind of a little confusing story, but there's a portion on there where he has one of his experiments. Hi, Angelica. He has one of his experiments, and he fails at it. He cannot fix it, and he completely fails at it. And the family goes, yay, you failed! Congratulations! And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was watching this movie, and I was kind of thinking about our businesses and Unique, and over the process of my last almost 3 years with Unique now, and I was like, wow, this actually fits really well. Over the last 3 years, there's something that I've found that I do and everybody else does where we try to find this one big thing that is going to give us all these sales. What is that perfect post that's going to give us all these sales? What is that perfect party layout that's going to give us all these sales? What is that one booth that we can go to that's going to give us all these sales? What is that one, well, let's use the 7 days of Christmas. What is that one 7 days of Christmas bundle that's going to give us all these sales? I mean, it sold out within how many hours? Who got all those orders? Was it one person? Was it two people? I mean, was it all kinds of people? What is that one thing that somebody is doing? What is it that that black status is doing that's going to give them all of those sales? And what I've found is, over the last 3 years, and I don't know why I haven't shared this with you before, is there isn't. My business, I'll be honest with you guys, I just hardly ever sell under $1,000, and that's not because I'm some great big seller. It's because I failed a lot. And we as leaders don't talk very much about how much we failed. And we've failed a lot. I can tell you we have failed a lot. I am known as the booth queen of, oh my gosh, she knows all about booths and she can sell lots at booths and this and that. Guess what? Most of my booths, like probably about, if I do 10 booths, probably about 6 to 7 of those booths are totally fail booths. Nobody shows up, or nobody buys, or there's lots of people that show up and nobody buy because they're just looking, or nobody shows up at all, like just at all, nobody shows up, or nobody wants to talk to me, or, I mean, just tons of it. The whole variation happens. But yet, I'm known for being amazing at booths. Why? Because I will pick up any booth that comes my way. I will fail every single booth until I get a big one. When I first started doing booths, I did 7 booths that were completely and utter fails. I think I sold my biggest booth in the first like 7 to 8 booths that I did. I sold 2 mascaras, and I'm like, sold 2 mascaras, woohoo, at that booth. And then my 10th booth, we sold 32 mascaras. I mean, we couldn't even keep those things in stock. It was like, oh my gosh, you need a mascara? You get a mascara, and you get a mascara, and you. It felt like Oprah that day. And it was really, really exciting. But had I given up over the first booth, or the second booth, or the third booth, or the fourth booth, or the 5th booth, I wouldn't have gotten to that 10th booth where I started selling hand over fist. So, I actually want to share with you guys failures. If you are doing everything you can, if you are trying everything you can and you are failing, congratulations, you're succeeding! I know that sounds really silly, but it's true. If you are trying every idea that's thrown at you, if you are, like Michelle, she had an idea last night in her group of the Google Docs of, you know, send the Google Docs out, have them do a wish list. What's the worst that happens? You fail? Because the fact of the matter is your success comes from your failures. Thomas Edison actually said it best of, I didn't fail 1,000 times in trying to make a light bulb. I found 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb. And then on the last one, he made a light bulb. It's the exact same thing. If you look in history at anybody that's successful, they've failed more times than they've succeeded. And they've succeeded because they failed so many times. My husband and I, Clint and I, were having this conversation last night. And if you guys don't know where I'm at, I'm in the Black Hills. So think Mount Rushmore. And we have, minus Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse, we have two other huge landmarks here, huge businesses. And they're called Reptile Gardens and Mount Rushmore. And he can't remember which owner of these said, by the way, Bear Country, if you guys are in Arizona, same family, exact same family friends of ours. He told me that, he shared with me that he couldn't remember which head of the families, if it was the Bear Country family or the Reptile Gardens family, this was like their 10th venture or something like that into business. And one of their family members said to him, what makes you think you're going to succeed on this one? And his words back were, because it failed at everything else, so something's got to work. I mean, seriously. If you are seeing an idea and you're like, oh, that's not going to work, or you're already discouraging yourself, that's not going to work, and you don't try, you've already failed. Because honestly, what's the worst that can happen? When I woke up this morning, there was a bundle that was going to be put out this morning, and I knew there was a bundle that was going to be put out this morning. Most of the bundles have been selling out rather quick. Does that mean that I'm not going to advertise it? No, I'm going to advertise it. Because what's the worst that happens? I woke up with no sales this morning, and the worst that happens is I go to bed with no sales. What's changed? Nothing. So I'm not out anything. If anything, I have tried, and if I've tried, then I have a potential of actually getting that success. I have a potential of selling something. If I wake up in the morning with the mindset of, I'm not going to sell anything, it's just not going to happen, so I'm not going to try, and I'm not going to sell anything. I'm going to go to bed not selling anything, just the same as if I had actually tried to sell something. Do you see the difference? At least I tried. And then if I do get something, I'm like, woohoo, yes! I did have, okay, so here's actually, and I'm not the greatest sometimes at even taking my own advice, I'll be honest with you. I love booths, and I get comfortable with booths. I really do. And I stick with booths, and I stick with one-on-ones, and I stick with messaging people, and I do not do online parties. And I always tell you guys, get out of your comfort zones, this and that. And I had it kind of put in my face of, hey, why aren't you following your own suggestion? Yeah, okay. So I booked parties. I booked 11 parties. 4 of them ended yesterday. 11 parties. Just as a heads up, failure, woohoo, failures. All 4 of my parties, 0. Big old goose eggs. All 4 of the parties are nothing. The rest of the parties so far haven't gotten anything either. But here's the thing. I did the parties, and I'm really proud of myself for doing the parties because I hate doing online parties. I hate it. I hate it. There's something about it that I hate. And when I started doing them, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. Why am I so scared of it? I still have not gotten any orders. I'll be honest with you. I'm failing. I'm failing at the online parties. But you know what? I'm trying. And I'm absolutely trying. And I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone, and I'm trying. All 11 parties may fail. That's just what may happen, and that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. But at least I figured out that, okay, well, maybe my party outline's not that great. Maybe the way I approach the party is not that great. You can't fine-tune something if you don't try. You cannot fine-tune anything if you don't try. If you're letting somebody else do it, and you're just, okay, I'm going to copy them, and then I'm going to get the results that they had, I can guarantee you are not going to get the results because they fine-tuned it to them. They fine-tuned it to what they are successful at. They fine-tuned it to what they're doing, and it may not work for you. So you have to at least try. Try everything in the book. I did a flash sale party. My flash sale parties normally are huge. The last 3 flash sale parties I've done, over $1,000. This flash sale party didn't do over $1,000. It did $300. Am I disappointed? Sure. But you know what? That's $300 worth of more sales than I had when I started the flash sale party. So I have to be grateful for that. But I tried. I tried to do it. Really keep in that mindset of at least you're trying, at least you're doing something, because there's a lot of people out there that don't try, and I can guarantee you they're not going to go anywhere because they don't try. It's just the way it happens. And if you look at life, life is all about that. All the successful people are like that. Life is about that. A little kid, if they don't get up and try to walk, they're never going to walk. How do they learn to walk? They fall down. That's how they learn to walk. They learn to walk by falling down. They learn to crawl by falling down. They learn to roll over by not achieving it. They learn to talk by using babble words that aren't right. But they're trying, and that's the key. They're really, really trying. Steve Jobs. You know how many times he got turned down at a bank for Apple? And then Apple succeeded. And then he got fired. And then he's like, well, I'm not going to give up. And then he got rehired. And the iPhones came out and all of this. Think if he had stopped. Well, I failed. I stopped. Every successful story starts with a failure. The best way to find success, if anything, the best way to find success is by failing and by trying. So, if you tried today and you failed, I applaud you. You did really well today. I'm really proud of you. And I want you to know I am really proud of you. That is a success. Even if you failed, that is a success because you tried. And I love you guys for trying. So that is my words of wisdom for today. Especially when it comes to the 7-day sales and we're watching all of them fly out the windows, or we're watching maybe not them sell as much. Yesterday's bundle didn't sell as well as we all thought it was going to, but that's okay because we tried. And that's what Unique is even all about. I guarantee you that Derek and Melanie watched what happened yesterday and went, okay, maybe that bundle wasn't the best one. Okay, so next time we'll try it a little different. That's how we succeed in what we're doing. Nobody can predict the future. Nobody can predict what's going to be amazing. Nobody can predict what's going to fail. But you know what? You learn from your failures, and that's when you learn to succeed. So I will let you guys go. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday. My husband's over here going, okay, I need to play video games, get off the videos. So I love you guys so much. Keep on trying today, tomorrow, the next day, and keep on failing because failing is going to turn into success. Bye.